So, based on the orders that we have, we've already into the third quarter, and we are seeing fairly good traction. In the third quarter, we produced for Spring 24, and we are seeing fairly strong traction from a revenue perspective. So we are seeing good growth. We're also seeing a reasonably good order book for the fourth quarter. So it's been in line with what I've always been maintaining, that the second half of the year, we are seeing an increased traction from the customers. This is largely due to inventory destocking, which the customers have done over the last several quarters. And as we get into the spring and summer season, these are largely India-denominated manufacturing. So they come to more and more India-based suppliers. It's from a seasonality perspective, it works well for Indian garment manufacturers. Plus the fact that there has been a good amount of inventory destocking also helped us to leverage that to get good order book for the second half of the year.
Right. So clearly, would it be right to say that the order book with regards to second half of FY24 is way stronger as compared to the first half of FY24?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You have ramped up your labor force as well in anticipation of preparation for the third quarter and the fourth quarter, right? Now, on the back of which we've seen some bit of a slump that probably has come in on the margin perspective. Right. How quickly do you think you'll be able to bounce back to the double-digit margin growth?
So I think that should happen, from the quarters ahead itself. We ramped up about 2,500 plus manpower in the second quarter itself. So all of that additional costs which we incurred in anticipation for the orders in the third quarter and fourth quarter, we had to carry that extra cost. But that was inevitable because we couldn't ramp all of them up, at the start of the third quarter. So we had to build them up, build the labor force up. So there was a bit of that. There was a bit of labor cost increase that we battled. There was also a one-time cost that we had in second quarter on account of that Atraco acquisition, as well as startup costs at our NP plant. Some of that one-time cost will also carry once more into the third quarter because there's some payouts which will happen then for the acquisition-related costs. But after that, they would not be in effect anymore. So we had almost a 1% EBITDA hit, on account of these one-time costs. Then incremental labor that we carried also took our margins down by 1%. So all of these will go away as we go forward. So margins should improve.
Overall, from a capacity perspective, what utilization is the company working with, and what's the Capex plan going ahead? Because the 9-month FY24 plan Capex, if I'm not mistaken, was little over 100 odd crores. How much is spent, and how much are you looking to add further?
So this year we'll spend about 140 odd crores for the financial year, and that's all on track. We are building up our capacity, keeping FY25 and FY26 in mind, and we need to have that capacity in place for handling the growth. And we feel that, and we're confident that as time progresses, we will be able to utilize that capacity. At the moment, we are in the mid 90s or early 90s percent capacity utilization. And it will go up further as we go into the third quarter and into the fourth quarter.